sexually abused in a San Bernardino or San Diego County youth facility,
what up, man,
significant compensation.
Let's go. Kick them in their ass real quick. All fact, no fiction. All fact, no fiction. Hard thought, hard kept. Long live Dolph. That's out to the whole Dolph segment. This is what we do it for, man. This is what we've been looking for long for, man. This is why we've been on this shit for so long, man. You left the motherfucking door wide the fuck open. Shouts out to Content Kings, gang.
Lately I've been feeling like spazzing out.
Shouts out to Content Kings. We were up.
Memphis niggas known for crashing
Make sure
out.
y'all sub up, hit the like button, share, and subscribe. We right here. Let's go, gang. Shouts out to the Diamond Gang, man. Shouts out to EMD. Man, boy, everybody in the chat, you people in the bushes, man.
Trying to
Love
keep
you
up
too.
with the kid, you gon'
No
be
shame.
ashed out. Yeah.
Long live Dolph.
Yo, tell me how the fuck
Long
you
live Mo
think
3,
I
man.
got here. Hey, tell me that this rap game ain't shit to me, but some cartwheels.
Wow.
Sweet 90% of these niggas not real. Damn. Started rapping, found out these rappers jury not real. Damn. Swear that shit hurt my heart, dog. Fuck it though. Never had a deal, but got more guap than all of y'all. Lost a $500,000, that's why I started rapping, dog. Tall, skinny nigga, I should've been playing ball. But I had niggas spending $100,000 every time they call. Hello? It ain't shit to pick up a pistol and go robbing, nigga. I let my nuts hang, went out of town and went mobbing, nigga. Think about my childhood, all I remember is starving, nigga. Old niggas in the hood was hating, but I ain't bottom, nigga. Fuck 'em. Made a pledge with my niggas, we brothers forever. Yeah. Don't give a fuck, you right or wrong, we thuggin' forever. Yeah. Shit was treacherous in my hood, nigga. Every man for themselves. Richest nigga in my hood, nigga. Yeah. Do what I want before they rap shit. None of that cap shit. Just might be the realest nigga
If you over on the Content Kings channel, please come
Let
to
your
We Beat
sister
You.
hold it pounds
If
on
you
some
have any
trap
questions,
shit. Hey, hold
we'll
it.
read
About
your
to go
comments.
pick up some
If you're
guala, I'll
Content
be
King,
back,
if you come
bitch.
over here to We Beat You channel,
2,000
shout out to the
miles
Content Kings
away,
channel.
by my damn self.
We on We Beat You
Niggas talk
channel
too
right
much,
now.
so
What up,
I
Damon
don't
Brain?
need
What's
no
up, gang?
damn help. Fuck 'em. Dolph ran up the millions, you feel like he owe you, don't you? Yeah, but tell the truth, you across the map for some paper, won't you? Yeah. Why I show you so much love, you ain't never did shit for me. Hold up, I take that back, besides run your mouth like a bitch to me. Damn. I ain't got no rap friends, cause all they bitches feeling me. Damn. They know deep down inside them what that nigga wanna be. Damn. Ain't nothing but one of me. Damn. He really from the streets. Damn. He really swung them
Let's
pigs.
go.
Damn. He really bought that double R truck, is not a lease. Damn.
Shouts out to
Mama
Stan
called
G,
me
the whole
crying, said she proud of me.
Set
I love you.
four.
Remember a couple of my own niggas
Talk with
doubted
Tamara.
me. Fuck you. Found my
True
first split,
result.
was like I hit the lottery. Thank you, God. When I
Alabama
got shot, was
hitters.
the first time I ain't had my clock with me.
Everybody standing 10 toes down, man.
Hey!
ATC, the whole gang, let's get it.
Facts.
The whole gang, let's get it. Salute to everybody in this chat, gang. We about to get ready to start here shortly. Y'all know how we do, man. We build, we don't tear nothing down. Everything leads into the top of the pyramid on how we build the structure when it comes to the Dolph case. Again, shouts out to the Dolph sector. About to get ready to start this live here. If you are on the Content Kings channel, please come over here for if you need to mention anything. I can't see what you're texting in the chat box if you are, unless you're on We Beat You channel. But we recommend, this is what we rocking shows at over here, gang. Got Diamond Gang up in here.
Yes, sir.
Did I mention that? Yeah, I must left that part out. Very important live. I want to thank everybody too. This channel is growing. Me and Dr. E did a live the other day. We had 300 and something views. That was great, man. That was one of our best videos that did numbers, and God is great. So I guess that's showing that we're starting to catch the algorithms and people are starting to recognize what we're doing. And we want to thank the people that have been supporting the channel through the struggles since we lost the Content King channel. You are very appreciated. This is why we do it, man. We do it for the Dolph. We do it for the Dolph fans. We do it for his legacy. We only want what's right. So please sub up. About to start here. Dr. E should be here shortly. Y'all get in here. Let's get this shit rolling. Shouts out to my mods. Replay gang. I know y'all was waiting for this. I went on yesterday. But a couple things came up. So let's go ahead and get ready to start building instead of tearing anything down. Boy, there's some wicked people in this world, ain't it, gang? Boy, it is some wicked motherfuckers in this goddamn world, bruh. It's some wicked motherfuckers. Boy, can you imagine a whole race of people just took us from the motherland, took us from our original land, at least some of us, because some of us was already here. Didn't have no compassion about our families or nothing. Didn't want to work. Say the black man don't want to work or do nothing. But you went and got some slaves, the black man, that go up in your house, plant your shit, and took them from his. Some wicked motherfuckers in this world. Some perverted motherfuckers in this world. Some demonic people in this world that don't have no compassion. Don't have no compassion. Like this man right here on this picture. Well, y'all know y'all seen that Stan G interview, man. You can't see that man eyeballs, boy. You just see evil. Evil. Now, one thing is Hernandez go, man. Kia, if you the mastermind, right, gang? If you a mastermind, listen, gang, y'all know, if you a mastermind, you thought of more than one way out. He thought of 4 different scenarios that if his ass done got caught. I said, and that's what you about to. Y'all know how the game go, David. Y'all know how the game go, bro. Motherfucker don't just, all right, this just the plan. Now you got a plan that if you get caught, what your rollover part gonna be, right, Angel? What's gonna happen if that part get debunked? You're gonna say something. You're gonna have different rollover, especially on a high impact crime. What you think about that, Diamond?
I think you're correct.
You're not just gonna have one strategy and think that shit's gonna work. Especially when you're doing unaliving. You ain't gonna just be, all right, that plan that we got gonna work. No, you're gonna have your own plan. Y'all gonna have a plan together as a group. Plan A, plan B, and plan C. Y'all don't hear me now. Hit the like goddamn button. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all get in here. Hit the like button. We give you facts over here. We don't play no games. And then you got your own lie. I must have left that part out, ain't it? Now you don't want to see you got your own lie if the crew lie don't work, right? If the crew lie don't work, you got your own motherfucking lie. Shouts out to the Dolph sector. Now it's been some things that just hit the internet. I don't like to really get into people's personal business or whatever the case may be. But Stan G was locked up, and we glad he back on the bricks. That's the main thing. We want him to move careful, move different. They say a young lady, it could have been a setup. He was in Dallas, and I'm not, we're not the type to really get in depth with that. It's all about Dolph. And it's all about his safety as well, because it takes a lot of courage to actually be involved in the Dolph case and be so close to it and be from Memphis. So we gotta also salute Stan G for that. Because, standing 10 toes down and fighting for justice for Dolph, and some of the the enemies or whatever the case, Dolph's enemies is in that city. So Memphis is very dangerous. So I'm saluting Stan G on that. Stan G, what we can say on this side is, bro, we praying for you. We praying that you be safe. Your personal business, doxing you or anything like that, that's not our business. You know what I'm saying? And just move different. Be careful what you drink out here. People put something in your drink, and you know what I'm saying. Y'all know how the game is. So you know them old folks. Be careful what you're smoking behind the person, and just watch your surroundings. That's what I can tell you. And not everybody is your friend, and that's what I'm gonna leave you with. So you know, Stan G, we praying that you straight. Anybody that's covering the Dolph case, you should know how to move. You should know, especially in Memphis areas or wherever the case may be, or if you actually showing yourself, wherever the case may be, just be careful. Stay prayed up. So let's get ready to build something. I want to, because all of this is coercion. Ain't it crazy all the things going on right now with basically Trump closing the case? As far as the Jeffrey Epstein, all of a sudden there's no list, which we already know there's a list. Just all this criminal activity, heartless activity. And then they want to open this up. Let me get this on the timeline. Before we start the live, I wanted to get all these little things up, how we build on this channel. And we get to the point. So I'm gonna look at this. Let's do us a watch, educate ourselves. Y'all know how I create lives. For all my viewers and all my watchers, we do our shit like this. So when you're doing the Dolph case, you're going to become a good thinker like us. So we show you the lineup and show you how things come to manifest. And how you'll see how this case is going to play out if you watch our content. Let's go.
100 years ago today, on May 19th, 1925, the man who would become known as Malcolm X was born in Omaha, Nebraska. Malcolm X would go on to become one of the most influential political leaders of the 20th century before he was assassinated at the age of 39 on February 21st, 1965.
At the age of 39, they say that black man's pineal glands, which is controlling our dreams, our thoughts, we have 12 lines in our pineal. We're the only race that have 12 holes in our pineal glands. No other races have 12 holes in their pineal glands. Do you know they have seminars where black people aren't able to go to while they study, while we are the only one that have 12 holes in our pineal glands? Yeah, I educate. I know bullshit. We're the only race. Because we're gods. And they know that. And they say the black man, they say man, period. Our pineal glands, our sights, our visions, our thoughts, we even get better when we turn 40 years old. I'm giving you the science. We even get better when we turn 40 years old, gang. But have you noticed that we lost all our leaders before they turned 40? See, these people know how to train fish. And there's some good liars. But you can't fool us. You can't fool no Conti King. You cannot fool we beat you. Because we beat you. Yeah, we beat you to the finish line. We was already there, matter of fact, when your ass was coming around there out of breath. Yeah, we was already there. See, we know the game. You can't fool me. You got to, like grandmama say, you got to wake up real early to fool us over on this channel. He'll kick you in your ass. So we lost Malcolm X at 39. Martin Luther King never turned 40. Tupac never turned 40. Biggie never. All the people that had powers to control, to rule a nation, all were unalive before their pineal glands got to open. Let's continue as we build into this Dolph case, as I open up your mind. That's right. Thank you for coming in, Wallace. And I was just giving them a lesson on the pineal glands. So we're going into this Hernandez-Govan. I got a hell of a lineup, and I'm building. This is real shit. We teach lessons. And so let's get to this. Now let's listen. He passes away. A lot of y'all didn't know this man he would have been 100 years old about 2 days ago. This is a little bit later content. Malcolm X would have been 100 years old, gang. 2 days ago. 100 years old, gang. Y'all see how time fly? He'd have been 100. And he was born in Omaha, Nebraska. And some of you motherfuckers didn't even know he was born in Omaha. Let's go.
As he was standing at the podium before a crowd in Harlem's Audubon Ballroom. His wife, Dr. Betty Shabazz, pregnant with twins, and
why is it always us that's taking us out? Why is it always us that's taking each other out? Why they hire us to take our own people out? Why? Same scenario, same setup. Look what happened to Martin Luther King. Same setup, same scenario, same thing that happened with Dolph. Same thing that happened to Tupac. Same thing that happened with Biggie. Why ain't no white person rolling by in the car and just knocking him down? I said, damn. But why is it us? Why a couple coins? We'll do anything for a Scooby snack. I said, damn. Let's go.
Sitting next to her 4 daughters, aged 6, 4, 2, and 5 months, were in the ballroom looking on.
Y'all ain't care about his daughter. Y'all ain't care about Dolph's son and his daughter. Just some heartless people. Destroying our own leaders. We do this all the time. Why are we the only race that walk around with money sliding down our arm and showing each other, shitting on each other like that? Why are we the only ones that do that? White man don't do his shit like that. Let's continue.
In 2023, the family of Malcolm X filed a $100 million wrongful death lawsuit against the FBI, the CIA, New York City and state, and the NYPD, as well as the district attorney's office for concealing evidence of their involvement in Malcolm X's assassination. Now his family is calling for President Trump to release more details about Malcolm X's assassination, just as he released thousands of unredacted...
Y'all see the distraction? Y'all see the distraction for this new pandemic that's about to hit. We'll talk about that later.
Files related to the assassination of President John F. Kennedy and vowed in an executive order to release files on the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The state of Nebraska officially designated May 19th as Malcolm.
So what does this fair use commentary? What does this teach you, black people? 100 years old. Case ain't still figured out. Are we gonna be like this with the Dolph case, gang? Are we gonna give up? I will be on the cookie shop ass or Hernandez ass while in jail. Shit, I'm on your ass. 100 years. 100 years. And they want to release. Why this shit wasn't released anyway? Why you gotta go back and open it? Why we gotta wait 100 years to solve this case? I said, damn. This is why I do people all type of ways. Oh, I just think I'm going to let this slide. No, I ain't going to let shit slide. I'm on your ass. Your ass.
It's because they are all into the cover-up. It's a cover-up for everything. When it comes down to the government, the FBI,
talk to him, Queen.
The CIA, they have a lot of dirty work that they do, and they always try to cover up for the people that do the dirty work.
Thank you, Diamond. See what y'all, I hope y'all listen to what she said. Y'all know how Diamond is. She gonna break it down. Cover-ups. Are we gonna be like this with the Dolph case? What do you think about that, Diamond? Do you think this case, this Dolph case, will we get justice soon, or will this be something unsolved? What do you think, MFD? Do you think this case will be solved?
I think that it's possible, but I don't think it's going to take as long as the Malcolm X situation and what they are willing to release to the public. Because there's a lot of times that they say they're going to release everything to the public. No, they're not. There's a lot of things that they're not going to release to the public that are heavily redacted in the documents to protect people that they want to protect. Just like the situation with the Epstein situation, right? Knowing the fact
Right.
that a lot of political people are affiliated with this man
Affiliated.
and have had some type of interactions with him, they're trying to protect people versus putting the people that really did harm to these children behind bars. Now, I also believe that the parents should be arrested as well, right?
Hey, Sam.
But I think the parents should be arrested as well. However, when you're the government and you have information that you're unwilling to tell to the public, is a reason for that. And there's so many high
Hello,
end
MFD.
elite people that are on the Epstein's files. If it ain't just meeting up for a dinner, conversations, meetings, they're just because you've been affiliated with him makes you in the gray area where it can ruin your life. And so they're like, I just heard of it, interview from another guy. He was saying I talked to him and he said that there's so many people that can ruin their lives if it comes out that they were even affiliated with Epstein. Well, why are you so worried about ruining these men's lives when it should be about the children that they
Right. Right.
assaulted?
Right.
Right?
Right. So
But you
right.
see that they don't
we go.
care.
Yep. So we're gonna go ahead and let's see.
Malcolm X Day in 2024. His daughter, Dr. Ilyasa Shabazz, was recently there to remember her father's legacy and joins us in our studio. But first, we go to an interview. In the 1960s, when Malcolm X briefly spoke about his childhood, he was questioned by Chicago reporter Jim Hurlbut in a clip featured in the PBS American
Let's listen to this quick read right here before we go into the next clip.
releases most of the documents in the case of the JFK assassination
Let's
and
go.
says he's going to do it in the case of the King assassination. Your and the family's demand that they release the Malcolm X assassination documents. What exactly you're calling for, and tell us about the lawsuit.
Certainly, Amy. First, I want to say thank you to Dr. Ilyasa
Don't get to this private investigator
and her
Now we
family
finna see.
for keeping the legacy of Malcolm X alive 60 years later on what would be his 100th birthday. We can never say thank you.
Replay game, Sam Eyes. I'm about to drop a gem on everybody. All the latecomers, watch the live. It's a lot of information we finna give you.
You're enough. As it relates to the court case and celebrating his enduring legacy,
Long lived off.
we continue to fight for justice for Malcolm X by any means necessary. We are calling for truth and transparency to finally be the prevailing factor in all of this legal minutia. We know that the FBI files exist. We know that they were surveilling every waking moment of Malcolm X's life.
Same thing with Dolph. Same thing with Dolph. We know that y'all was watching this man every movement, even when he went to the cookie shop. I said that. Even when he went to go get some cookies. Yeah, we gonna show you that today. Oh, when I give you this gem today, me and Diamond Gang, we on your ass. Now let's continue. This is getting good. Then we're gonna go to the next clip. We're not gonna be long on this because we got to get into the show. But we building, not tearing anything down. Let's go.
Know that they were aware of assassination attempts on Malcolm X.
Dolph, we aware that Dolph had how many assassination attempts? 2. 1, he was wounded. And the 100 shots in North Carolina, Charlotte, that is. 2 attempts. They wanted what they want to do, Dolph. Diamond, why they want to take Dolph? Why they make 2 attempts to take this man life, gang? Quick.
Either he was a threat or he knew something they didn't want people to know about.
Well said. Did y'all hear that, chat? Say it again, Diamond. Say it again.
Either he was a threat or he knew some information they didn't want anybody to know about.
Or was he getting to that money level where he could have been able to buy some tapes too and extort? Even though might not have been in his game, that ain't his business. But they only want you to reach a certain level. We're gonna talk about that on another live. So now let's continue this. We finna give y'all a gem in a second. Well said, Diamond.
Before he was fatally killed in the Audubon ballroom. And so in our lawsuit that we filed for $100 million against those who conspired to assassinate Malcolm X, one of the great thought leaders of the 20th century, we continue to try to make absolute certain to everybody who's paying attention that this was an intentional effort at the behest of the leaders of our government, that being New York Police Department, the FBI, the CIA,
okay,
all the way to the very top. And so
say that again. And I'm gonna ask you a question on that, Diamond. Let's listen to the people that may have been involved. Now listen, it all makes me always think of Dolph. All of this stuff.
The FBI, the CIA, all the way to the very top. And so therefore, finally, 60 years later, on what would have been his 100th birthday, we implore the federal government to release all of the FBI papers on Malcolm X.
You know,
Diamond, why are they holding the papers? Why are they classifying this type of information?
Because they know that majority of the people involved are working was working for our government, and 9 times out of 10 they're associated with the Triple K.
What, Diamond? Say it again. Girl, you cold.
I said majority of the people that were involved in Malcolm X's unaliving, 9 times out of 10, they were part of the government at the time, and they also was affiliated with the Triple K.
Y'all heard that? Nothing but gems over here. We giving you nothing but gems. Now, let's continue before we get into the show. Y'all thought this was the show? Y'all thought, boy, we give y'all so much. Y'all better take heed. So let's get into this. Quick break, news break. Let's go. Like Diamond said, the CIA, they know the Triple K, and everybody is involved. Let's go.
Alex Acosta, he allegedly said that he did work for an intelligence agency. So could you resolve whether or not he did? And also, could you say why there was a minute missing from the jailhouse tape on the night of his death?
Yeah, sure. If I just are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things.
So basically,
he just told on himself right
told
there.
on himself.
Yes, because remember, he also has the keys to Jeff Epstein's airplane, his private jet. So for a person that wants to distance himself so bad from a person he was highly affiliated with and best friends with, I'm trying to figure out how people are not understanding. If he was not that close to him, why does he have keys to Jeff Epstein's private jet? As far as the last campaign he just did, he painted that jet blue and put his name on it. And the only reason why we knew it was Jeff Epstein's private jet was because of the serial numbers on the plane. So he tried to disguise it to make it seem like it was his private jet. Well, all along he had the keys to a known pedophile airplane. That should alarm everybody. What he's doing is trying to deflect. He's trying to deny and deflect and trying to distance himself because he knows if it ever comes out, which I believe Elon has some documents. I believe Elon has the documents and the proof that this man has everything to do with exactly what Epstein was doing. I believe they both were doing things because if you look at the court documents from the Jane Doe, I believe her name was Katie Johnson, if I'm not mistaken.
All right.
She actually
Rabbit.
sued Jeff Epstein and Trump, both of them. If they weren't so affiliated, why did she sue both of them in that court case?
That part.
The only reason why it got dismissed is because they threatened her life and her family life. That's why it got dismissed.
Thank you, Diamond. Number gems. Let's get it. Last week
And
we're gonna
are
go
people
to
still talking about this guy, this creep?
No, he's a creep, but that was your friend. You got the creep's plane. You got the creep's plane. Now he's a creep. Oh, y'all made it rain. Y'all control the weather. Y'all made it rain. Y'all brought HIV, all these viruses, HIV, human invented virus. Y'all brought all this shit, COVID, all these distractions while y'all throw rocks and hide y'all hand. The same people that we supposed to be thinking that is supposed to protect us.
Yep, only trying to protect themselves.
Only trying to protect themselves. Now let's rock a show.
And I want everybody to listen to how he talks, how defensive he is. Why? Because he knows. I wouldn't even put it past that as soon as Jeff Epstein was unalive, he actually got access to all his private jets, access to all his properties. I'm pretty sure he probably had keys to all of that. You don't know how deep of a relationship him and Jeff Epstein had. And the fact that the government is trying to conceal it and trying to lie like everybody's stupid, when we already heard Pam Bondi say that it was on her desk, she's seen all the documents. People are coming out saying that they got names, they got videotapes, they got all this information. Now he's trying to make it seem like they don't have anything. Now, the only way I could think that they don't have anything is maybe Elon Musk then took everything for collateral just in case he tried to deport them.
Boom. We got this. We beat you. We beat you. We kicked you. We kicked the knot in your drawers. As we're going to continue.
So if we have documents come out from Elon Musk, you heard it from us first. You heard it from us first. That 9 times out of 10, Elon Musk got some dirt on Trump. And he keeps bringing it up, just like he just said, that Trump had something to do with the Epstein files. Then he turned around and just recently said that Steve Bannon was in the Epstein files. How he know so much, huh? How he know so much? You wonder why. He probably has them documents, just like he has all our social security numbers, right? Due to the person in the White House in his greedy ways. He has all our information. So 9 times out of 10, Elon Musk has documentation to back up why he keeps bringing up the Epstein files on Trump today. He's irritated, he's upset, and see, what you don't want to do is bark up the wrong tree of the person that helped you get in the place that you're in today by doing illegal activities. So what he did was he pissed off the person that helped him. Now the person that's pissed off is about to tell everything.
That part. All right, Diamond. So let's read this. Let's get to it now. Check it out, everybody. Me and Diane Gang brought this, and Dr. E brought this to you. Now we already know. Now this came out May 1st. 2025. This is the Hernandez Govan case. So we're going to play this. This man's date has been set back. You got to dig it up to find it. But it won't take us long. Yeah, we kick you in the ass. So let's hear what had to go on. Let's read. Let's listen.
Memphis, Tennessee. The accused mastermind behind young Dolph's murder is set to go on trial. Hernandez Govan will stand trial July 28, 2025. During a court appearance.
Now, 28-25, they didn't push it further back now. Why y'all lying to us? Now,
how many court dates has this man had so far this
several.
year?
At least 2 been pushed back. This may be the 3rd pushback. Now, let's continue.
Thursday, an attorney for Govan told Judge Jennifer Mitchell that they would file a motion for a private investigator The judge said she had
They were what? Did y'all hear that? Hernandez Govan. What makes a man attempt to file a motion? Let's listen, gang. Attempt to file a motion for a private investigator. Diamond, do you have what is your thoughts on why would he get a private investigator? And we're gonna show the game.
Well, the fact that he filed a motion makes zero sense because he could have actually did it outside of court on his own regard and hired someone to do his investigation for him. But he wanted to make sure it was in court records that he's requesting a private investigator. Now, a private investigator costs. So that means it's either coming out of his pocket or he's asking the courts to provide him a private investigation.
And do you guys
private investigator?
Yes.
Off of the court's regard. So basically waiving the fees for the private investigator.
And like Diamond said, private investigators are expensive. Some charge $300 an hour. Lowball is $200 an hour.
Right. And 9 times out of 10, Govan ain't got enough money to hire a private investigator on his own. Unless he has an attorney or
unless he got money hidden. We don't know how much money he got hidden.
We don't know how much money he has, correct. But why not just do it on you're already free. You're free right now. Why not just have the private investigator do his thing, then present the documents to the courts? Why are you trying to put a motion to get a private investigator? It makes no sense unless he has no money for the private investigator.
I don't think the courts wouldn't pay for him to have a private investigator. That makes no sense. A court is not going to pay for somebody that is convicted to have a private investigator.
Correct. But he's filing a motion for a private investigator, right? So putting that motion in saying that you want a private investigator, he didn't even have to do that. He could have just did it on his own regard with his own money, and then once they found their evidence that he was looking for, it presented to the courts.
Right.
He's doing it backwards. That's what I'm saying. I don't think he has an attorney.
Well, let's reveal. Okay, so y'all hear that? Gonna get a private investigator. Let's listen to this clip, and we're gonna show you everything the people that need to know about this case. Let's go.
No issues with that. The judge also urged Govan's attorney to file any pretrial motions immediately. Related, Hernandez Govan rejects plea deal in young Dolph murder case. Govan's trial date had been previously known after he rejected a plea deal during a court appearance on December 13th, the last day for him to accept a deal by the state to plead guilty in the murder of the Memphis rapper. Govan was charged with first.
Well, if it's the last day to accept the deal, everything's on the line, then why is the court date getting pushed back for? Then you gotta go. You finna take it to the box. Take it to the box. Then you supposed to been and take it to the box. It's evident that this man is working. And we're going to see how that's going to work out. But we're going to see what kind of worker that Hernandez Govan is. We just hit you with the facts, gang. We just hit you with the facts. We don't play no game. We hit you with the facts. Now we finna knock your drawers off right here. And let's say this. We're not knocking Hernandez Govan's drawers off. Hernandez is finna knock some drawers off. Did I mention that? Well, I'm going to show you right now as I drop this video. I won't be using this video anymore. So let me get this out of the way. I won't need that on my timeline anymore. So now I'm going to show you Hernandez Govan, like I just said, gang. When you're doing dirt, you don't have one plan A without plan B and C. You don't have plan A without plan B and C. So if y'all didn't come as a group and say, man, if we get caught this way, what we gonna say if we get caught? And then it goes down. So even if the group failed, Hernandez Govan had something in his pocket if it failed. A lie on top of a lie on top of a lie. Truth don't change. A lie will change 1,000 times. Just like this court date. This court date has been changing, so it's a lie. So let's rock and show. Let me show you why. I'm going to show you why I do what we do. Let me show you. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Please hit the like button respectfully. Please hit the like button respectfully. Now I'm going to show you guys why Hernandez Govan, like the title said, the real reason Hernandez Govan hired a private investigator. I repeat, you are about to see why Hernandez Govan hired a private investigator right now. Watch this.
Did y'all see Marcus getting a second gun from his car?
Nah, but when we pulled out and I knew it was shots back, I was finna shoot back, but there were too many cars coming and I didn't just want to hit no anybody, so I didn't shoot back.
Because Marcus was shooting at y'all as y'all were leaving.
Boom! Let me stop it. Boom! Now, here's one of the reasons. Look in this man's hand. You see an AR-15 in his hand. This is one reason he's hiring a private investigator. Now, I'm going to show you another reason that he's hiring a private investigator. Now, look at that gun. That gun goes inside of the store. Are you tracking me, Diamond?
Yes, I am.
This is your reasons. I'm finna show you why Hernandez Govan is hiring a private investigator. And I'm not just talking because I got lips. You just seen one gun go inside of the store. One gun. Now, let's continue.
Down here, is that right?
Yeah.
And you would be in the car at this point?
Yeah, we was in the car.
Looking backwards?
Yeah, I was looking back, but we like how we drive, like how he was driving.
Boom! He goes here and he picks up another gun. Now he comes out of the store, gang. I don't play no games. He goes in the store and he puts this machine gun somewhere. Where did Marcus put the machine gun? Damon? Now, I'm going to show you something, Damon, and I want to know, Diamond, I know what Diamond's going to say. But I want you, watch me, track me, Diamond, track me, gang. Watch this, MFD. He goes inside of the store, gang. Do you guys think that Hernandez Govan has not looked at this video a million times and have not figured out how the fuck can he get his ass out of this? Hit the like button. I don't play no games. Do you think this man, Hernandez Govan, who be trolling motherfuckers, couldn't even bite his tongue all over there on Stan G video? All in Stan G text messages, that he has not looked and tracked this video a million times and tried to find a way how he could get his ass out of it. Hit the like button. I do this shit. I ain't new to it. I'm true to it. So Hernandez Govan said, because he allegedly he's not around. He's not there. But Hernandez Govan is thinking, well, damn, what that nigga do with that gun when he went in there? They're trying to frame me. Because where did that man's machine gun go? Did he sit it on the counter? When he ran in the inside, was the other worker still in the store, or did they go out the back door? Or did they wait until Maurice came and let them out? Because that's what we was told, gang. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Don't fucking play with my game or my motherfucking intelligence. So machine. Imagine Hernandez Govan right now, like we looking at this video right now. He said, Hernandez said, what the nigga that gun? On the stove, did somebody hide it for him? Did he go out back, hop the fence, and throw it around the back of the fence? Then he came back out. Because if he ran in the stove, listen to me, gang. He knows at this point some police finna pull up. He know he just got through busting down the goddamn street. And allegedly they said he hit somebody. So the man runs back inside of the stove greatness with a machine gun. Did he throw it on the counter? I repeat. Did he run to the back and hand it to one of the workers and said, hey, get rid of this shit for me, gang? And they kindly took it. Or did they say, hey, this side door open over here, take it and drop it in this building next door by where the white car at? But we know that this man walked inside of that store with a submachine gun and came back out, and now he's picking up the handgun. Let's continue. And look what he does with the handgun. Look, gang, he don't take the handgun and just throw it back in Dolph's car and close the goddamn door. He does not take the handgun and throw it in Dolph's car. He take the handgun inside the stove. And at this time, y'all see Maurice pulling up. But remember what Raven told me personally in front of my girl on a live that she deleted. That her daddy was there early in the morning. But on another live, that's why I say shit funny. What if Hernandez Govan heard that? When she said on that live that she deleted that her dad was there earlier that morning. Is that why, Maurice? Is that why? Is this why? Now this is just alleged. Is this why? Tell me, y'all. Is this why Maurice took that?
We're not walking around the parking lot with no goddamn landline phone. As far as I know, that man had his cell phone in his hand. As far as I know, that man had his cell phone in his hand.
We're going to get to that too. So, now remind you, Maurice, now we're looking from the eyes of a criminal. Hernandez Govan gang. We're looking from the eyes of a criminal. An alleged mastermind. What up, man, boy? So you watch what I'm telling you. He's taken a machine gun into a crime scene. Are you fucking listening to me, gang? Diamond, are you listening to me?
I hear you.
He has taken a machine gun in the store. Maurice, as Raven told me on the live, that her dad was there earlier and he left in his little bitty car. And her word was he came back in his big black fancy car. She didn't say black Lincoln, and I ain't changed my story since I told you that. So did he come back to the store because he spoke to Dolph on that landline phone? Is that why he took the landline phone out of the store? Now remind you, let's keep tracking. I'm going to kick you in your ass. Now watch this. Now he takes the handgun back into the store too. Watch. And don't forget the black Lincoln. Maurice is pulling up. He takes the gun off the ground and watch.
Sad, but no, so I ain't want to.
Now this thing right here. Now I want y'all to pay attention to this punch. I want somebody to know, or to now you're taking a handgun back to the store. Now everybody says that, and I just like to track like this. I leave all things. What if punched that damn window. The way that Marcus punched that window right there, that make you think a little bit different. He punched the fuck out of that window and broke it. So the average person it's not thinking like that. He might not have had nothing to do with it from how he punched that window. And I want y'all to see this. Look how he punched this window. Bam! Let's do that again. Watch how he punches the window.
Side, but, no, so I ain't want to.
Bam! It's a serious punch. That was a passionate punch. Not taking him off that he could be suspect, but that made me think a little bit different. Just wanted to point that out to people. Now he takes this handgun into the stove.
So the shots.
Now the handgun, that glass is broke like a motherfucker. That's what his fist did to that window.
It could have been the fact that what they planned on it happening, it went wrong. It didn't go according to plan.
Well, I knew you was gonna say some shit like that. I just knew you was just gonna say. I knew you. Did you think about that before you said that?
Oh, also, I'm gonna say this too. There could be a reason why he had the phone of the store in his hands to mix the fingerprints up. So in case somebody did pick up the phone in the restaurant that wasn't supposed to have, if he took the phone and put his fingerprints on it, they're gonna find mixed fingerprints on that.
So let me ask you a question while you going down the rabbit hole again. Who would have put their hands on the phone that he was trying to take the fingerprints off? I just want to.
What I'm saying is we don't know who. She said there was 3 people that was in the store, right?
But we know it's 4.
We only know it was 4. It was 4 people in the store, right? We only seen one of them. So it was 3 people unaccounted for that we don't even know what their names is, if it was female, male. Okay, we don't know if they took the phone and called him on it. And if they did do that, that can explain why he had the restaurant phone in his hand to mix the fingerprints up so that they can't try to trace who was in the store.
Okay, that's another option. Now watch this. And I'm glad you said that because it made me think about this. That nigga probably never ever gave that phone back to the cops. They probably took that phone and gave it. The police didn't get that phone. That's why he took it. Because they didn't get that phone. That's why the police weren't going to get that phone. He never gave that phone back to the police. I bet you $1,000. Put a 1 in the chat if you think that man gave that phone back up to the police. Put a 1 in the chat if you think that man never gave that phone back to the police. Put a 1 in the chat. That's why he took it. I'm going to put a 1 in there. I'm going to put a fucking 1 in the chat. I put my 1 up in there. They didn't get that goddamn phone back. That's why he went in there and took it in there. Now, thank you, gang, for participating. Now, listen to this. Now, listen to this. Pay attention to why Hernandez Govan. Put yourself as Hernandez Govan again as you watching this. He is looking for every reason how to get his ass out of this. Even if it means turn over on the cookie shop and the MPD to keep from telling on Gotti first. He don't want to tell on Gotti. He don't want the streets. He got a street code name. He like, well, fuck it. I ain't gonna tell on you, Gotti. You the big guy. You know that your brother gone. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell on you, but fuck that cookie shop. Fuck that cookie shop. Hernandez Govan is going to roll over on the cookie shop and the police, and it's gonna look like everybody fucked up on doing their job. So let's go back to the video video I showed you earlier with Malcolm X. Will we ever solve this case? We are in the most historic case ever, underrated historical case ever, because no one has ever watched anything, and I watch crime shows, anything like this. Even from the car shadow changing on the ground. How the car shadow changed like it was 2 different times of day. So, now we got 2 guns in the store. Now, Hernandez Govan saying, goddamn, where do guns at? Oh, this is something I can goddamn get me a PI for. Now, Maurice is pulled up. Now, Raven says, again, her dad was an officer on the scene. Now, let's track this. Watch this. Pay attention. Pay attention, Dorian. If there's an officer on the scene, and we know that there's not one there now, so let's just take in consideration, maybe she did not mean. Now, let's work with Raven a little bit. I'm going to do you all type of Raven. Now, let's just say Raven, y'all know I break this shit down. She meant it wrong. Because we know an officer did pull up, and that's what she meant. Let's just say that. Let's give her the benefit of the doubt. Because ain't no officer there now while this is happening. Because she said when her dad pulled up, there was already an officer on the scene. Dolph Sector knows this. She said there was already an officer on the scene when Maurice pulled up. That could not have happened because he would have not ran out of there in front of the police with no gun. All of this shit would have looked different if there was an officer on that scene before Maurice was on the scene. So let's just take it that she meant by saying that the officer pulled up. So watch me work. Watch me work. So let's say an officer pulled up later. One officer pulled up on the scene right after Maurice. So if an officer pulled up, then she said her dad told the officer, I am the owner. Listen to me. Can I let the employees out of the store? I had to be quiet for a minute. Let that resonate in your brain.
My biggest question is, even if they are released out of the store, who were the other people that were in the store? Who was the other employees?
Oh my God. The people on the picture, Diamond. So let me say this. Watch this, gang. If there is an officer that is pulled up on the scene, on a crime scene, he's not going to go in that store. And I'm sure after them gunshots went out, them people been working there. They know that store got that big ass back door right there. They probably was already done ran out the back. So why would Maurice ask an officer, can he go in and let the employees out? Hell, he could have looked through the glass at the employees and said, hey, just go through the back. Just go through the back. That man didn't have to open no door to let them people out. Y'all know that game. Hit the like button. He could have looked through that window and said, hey, go through the back door. Go through the back and come around the front. That's what you would have did if you're not supposed to tamper with evidence. So you mean to tell me that the officer let Maurice walk in the store and let the employees out when they could have went through the back door? Think about it. He had to let him out. And not only that, isn't the officer looking at every move that Maurice is doing? Because everybody is suspect at this point. So when Maurice walks up to grab the phone, why didn't the officer say, hey, sir, do not touch that phone? Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Because that officer watching everything. He's looking at Dolph. He's looking at Maurice go inside the store, and he's going to look at Maurice go grab the fucking store phone off of the counter and not say a motherfucking thing. Like, bro, you tampering with evidence. For one, there's bullets on the floor. Why did he let him in the store? Like Diamond said, CIA, FBI, all these motherfuckers are involved. That let you know that this was a conspiracy, and this is a fucking crazy ass case, that man is walking outside with the store phone, Angel. That officer was supposed to tell him, don't touch anything, just get the people out. And then he didn't even have to get the people out. They could have told them people to go through the back door. Now, this is where the fucking PI comes into play. That's where the PI comes into place, gang. And now I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you something going to blow your mind right here. Think about, now we know the reasons why the PI is coming into place. Because there were 2 guns taken inside of the store. That there was a phone taken off the counter. And somebody was in the store walking over a crime scene. And an officer that shouldn't let this person go in and break the law. Because when Marcus went in and took that phone off the counter, that is breaking the law. That is breaking the law.
It is, and to be honest, everybody should have got arrested regardless if they were innocent or not until they did what they had to do with the investigation.
Everybody should have been pulled in the station. Shit, they have First 48 in Memphis. Shit, we want to see that shit live. Now let's do you all type of ways again. So now we see all the scenarios on why the private investigator is hired by Govan. Now I want you to see this though. Let me show you this. Let me show you this. Let me show you a play. Let me show you a play being made. Let me show you a play being made. Watch this play. Watch how I do them, gang. I don't play no games. I don't play no game. This ain't gonna be no long live, because I don't have to do long lives no more. Yeah, that's how I feel. Because I know my shit be golden. If you're not watching my videos or watching what the fuck we bringing to this goddamn table, then you a motherfucking fool. If y'all I'm giving motherfucking ideas for these people that's in the Dolph goddamn sector to spin off of. Spin off of it. You ain't gotta give me no props. I done got over it. I done got out my feelings. I'm sorry about that. I know y'all can get emotional. Yeah, I know I can get emotional, gang. Sorry about that. But I'm very passionate about this case. Hold on, gang. I'm gonna show you a play. Y'all want to see a play? I'm gonna show y'all this play being made right now. Hold on. Watch this play. I'm about to do them all type of ways right here in y'all face. Watch this. Hold on, right here. Watch this play. Hold on, watch this play being made. Okay. Rare footage. Okay, watch this. Rare footage. Okay. I'll be doing them all type of ways. That too, Damien. Yes, shot it. That's still in the air. Damien, that is still in the air. That is still there. And but that's what we're gonna find out with the PI. Now watch this play, gang. I want you to see the girl. That's how you know this was stage, not stage, but these people were stage actors that was on the scene. Watch Maurice. Way over there, watch him. Watch her. Watch Maurice. Maurice is now the brother is going back to on the other side of the brother. You can't see Maurice, but Maurice looking on the phone, and then he gonna walk in between Dolph's car, changing that number in the phone. But watch her snap Maurice twice, like she's sending a message, like he got the phone out the store. He got the phone. She took 2 pictures of this man walking, like saying, "Okay, we shown that."
Well, you guys, we having a little technical difficulties, but as the Dove was saying, you know that this is definitely some type of suspicion all the way around.
Y'all see how they try to do me when I try to give y'all some gems? Now hold on, watch this. Watch this, gang. Ooh, shit. Watch this.
Dove, it's raining really bad where I'm at, so I'm gonna mic up.
All right, watch this, gang. Look at Maurice at the window. Now he gonna look down in the phone. Ask myself, this how y'all know something ain't right here. This how you know something ain't right, Angel. Instead of Maurice just turning from where he at right there and just walking towards that girl. Oh, I just popped your ass again. I just popped him again. Why you have to walk around dog phone on the store phone? Like you were trying to duck over there and hide on the other side of that car. Because you did a whole U-turn and come back around. And she took 2 pictures of him. Now watch this. Watch him. After the, right when that officer walk off, watch Maurice get to his sneaky shit. But think about it. He could have just started walking towards the girl with the camera. Ask yourself, why he went on the other side of Dolph, found a car? Was he trying to hide from the top camera? Or what was he trying to hide from? Now watch this. Watch the officer. Watch the officer finna walk away from him. Look, the officer. Watch this. Now watch him. Pay attention to Marcus. I mean, Maurice.
So many motherfucking shots in the cookie shop, y'all.
Watch Maurice.
Come outside me.
Look at Maurice.
I want to know who he is, though.
There you go.
Yeah, I was trying to see who he is, too. They let so many shots out, though. But the nigga right here, man, he was letting them motherfuckers.
Now what? Look, watch this. Now here it comes.
Draco loose.
They take the brother.
They was trying to hit the kid, but
I took a picture. Now look. Now watch this. Now that officer walks off. Now look at Maurice, gang. Watch Maurice. Wait a minute. Watch Maurice as this officer walks away. Watch this. She gonna take 2 snapshots. But why did he walk around Dolph's car? Watch this. The officer walks away. Now look at him. Look at him in the phone. Look at him over there in the phone. Y'all see him over there in the phone? But why couldn't he just turn and start walking towards her? Look how bend the block on him. Watch this. Soon as the officer walked away, now look. He's on the phone. Look at him checking the phone. Look. Now she finna snapping. Now watch her follow Maurice and take 2 snapshots of him. Watch this. Like she's saying, he got it. He got the phone. Now watch this. Like she needed proof that he got it. Watch this. Look, now watch her.
He's so fucking right now. Why they handcuffing him, though?
Now watch her again. No. Bam, she got him again. He's
He
spinning the whole circle. He spins the whole circle. And he comes towards her. And she talks to him. She talks to him. Now watch. And he's showing her he has the phone.
You was gone? Yes, I heard was doom, 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 doom.
And look at her scream. She didn't show his face. Y'all notice that? She did not show his face. She just zoomed in on the phone. Mission accomplished. She didn't show his face. The mission was to get that phone. And she has verified got proof to the overseer that he got that phone out the store. Now let's get to the nitty gritty. Did I not just show you that? I'm giving you all the fucking facts. Now watch this. She's showing the phone. She ain't even showing his face. Look.
When I looked to the dog, shit, he was letting loose in them, and they was already.
Look at her zoomed in on that man's hand.
Already shot up in there.
Boom! She wants the phone. They had to make sure that he had the phone. CIA, FBI, MPD. So, let's get to the ice cream on the cake. Here's your fucking shit right here. This is why Govan went to desperate measures. Here's your answers, everybody. I hire a private investigator all the time. Now, this is off Google. Mostly, they find people I can't find and deliver to them things they don't want to receive, like subpoenas. So what do you mean by that, Dub? Is that probably why Raven did not want to give you her relatives' names? She just said my cousin and 2 other workers, because if we knew the workers and the cousins and all their names, then the private investigator can go find them and subpoena them to court.
Exactly, because 9 times out of 10, they're the ones that probably took the weapons.
Because Maurice Greatness went inside, breaking the law on a crime scene and took the phone. Because the police are involved. And her going there and go there. Now they're going to go try to hurt. Now the private investigator can subpoena you with papers. But I also have them to go right up to the people and interview them and get them engaged in discussion. People talk much more freely with investigators than they do attorneys. Then at a trial, if I call the witness and the witness says something different, I call the investigator who will say, I talked with them way back then, and that wasn't the story they told me. No, Mike, I don't knock they motherfucker draw smooth off. We knocking they draw smooth off. So do you know I'm not? Now watch this one, gang. This is why the private investigator. Now watch this. Why would you hire a private investigator? Here's your reasons. There are times when people want to investigate other people to find out stuff that may not be just easily observable. Some examples would include having someone follow a spouse that you believe is cheating on you. Find out the background of someone who might be a business partner. Okay, so that falls into the point of now we go to this and say, okay, Hernandez Govan, he's going to want to find out now because he's in desperate measures. He's
got $50,000 to represent you. Did he not?
I don't know exactly how much you get. I don't know. I can't say.
All right. And you knew that, just we're all clear here, that money came from CMG, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
That the money came from CMG. So what is that in? Now the PI is going to dig deep. Now he's going to be like, since they don't want to do it, I want to know who the fuck paid that. Who was the person who came down there and took the money? Where did that money come from? Now Hernandez Govan is digging up a paper trail because he has no other choice. This is what the investigator is going to do. The investigator is going to come and find that officer that let Maurice inside of the store. Now the private investigator is going to get the officer. And we're going to have to bring him. We're going to have to bring him in the stands. The officer's going to have to talk. Now they're going to make that officer look so bad. Do you know you let somebody in on a crime scene? Do you know you let that man take that phone out of the store? Did you know this, that, and the third? And not only that, did I mention that we might get to see what what Marcus did. Even Maurice, that is. When we're going to see Maurice, now we get to see probably when Maurice took the phone off the counter. The whole movement, or at least the courts will, where Maurice walks right up there and don't care about Dolph, walk right past Dolph. He walked right past Dolph to grab that goddamn stone phone. He was like, fuck Dolph. We could see that. That investigator gonna go get that tape, the real footage. And then we'll be able to see when Marcus running there with the machine guns, did he sit them on the counter? Did he hand them to somebody else? They're gonna bring back and see them people hiding like a motherfucker. That's why Maurice is hiding. That's why Marcus is hiding. Marcus hiding like a motherfucker. I'm showing you. And this is another thing. Number 3, what the private investigator can do. He can investigate an employee. Okay? Report your ass to the principal's office, gang. He can investigate the employees that was at the cookie shop. You suspect of giving information about your company to the competition. Yeah, to the CMG. Yeah, to the yeah, about your company. Yeah, we're about to kick you in your ass, knock your fucking hole in your fucking drawers. They can check the background and any criminal record of someone you want to date or develop a close relationship with, or investigate someone you are suing to see if they have more assets. That means they can go see where the money came from with CMG. Now, I've just given you the fucking facts. The facts. Now, do defense lawyers, because Hernandez Govan is on the defense, you know. He's defending himself. Hire private investigators often? Yes! In criminal cases, they hire investigators to interview potential witnesses and take photographs, take photo checks, take photos, check records and backgrounds, etc. In civil cases, such as auto accidents, and investigators can do interviews, make measurements, interpret accident reports, and perform of other services to a lawyer. Most tend to retired police. Most tend to be retired police. So most of these investigators are retired policemen. or detectives. In addition to the services mentioned above, they can give a lawyer valuable insight into police activities. MPD, Scorpion Unit, yeah, get over here. We want to talk to all the officers that did not do the job right. We want the cameras. We want what's going on in the inside. We want that officer that let Marcus inside of the store to tamper with evidence. We want the employees on the stand. See, if they catch them, Hernandez Govan can have them sit up. He can subpoena them. That's why they're hiding. Because, see, the story don't get fucked up if they can catch them. I've been good, Mike, man. I just been grinding, man. I'm on this case. I'm giving everybody these facts.
I'm definitely listening, Dave.
So, okay, they can give lawyer valuable insight on the police activity, whether the cops were doing the things they should have done in relation to your case. There you go.
So basically, dirty cops, and we're going to find out who the dirty cops are.
Yep. Yep. A good investigator is an essential part of a lawyer or law firm arsenal. So, you know what, gang? You know what? I don't think nobody has broke that down to you the way that I broke it down to you. Living in the building. Yeah, I don't got to stay on long. I just gave you the keys. This is why Hernandez Govan is hiring API. That phone is a violation. What went on in that store, we need to see. That investigator is going to be tracking those employees down, and he's going to try to subpoena them to court. He's going to find that officer that let Maurice inside of that store and pick up that phone and subpoena him to court. And every officer that did not handle their job professionally will be subpoenaed. He's going to try to find the people in the store. That's why Raven didn't want to give their names, because that would leave the investigator to look them up. That's why Raven is not in Memphis. That's why she stay out of town. That's why she's always in Atlanta. I thought the store been about to open. You ain't going to tell that location to that store. You ain't going to let that store name ain't going to be no Marquitas. That's going to be somebody else's name. Until you think the coast is clear. Yeah. Until after Govan go to trial, mark my words, however this play out, that's when Marquitas is going to open up in Atlanta. When they think the coast is clear. Yeah, I'll kick you in your ass. Allegedly. That's breaking the law. He broke the law when he went in there and took that phone. That man walked right over Dog's body, and it was important to this man to grab that goddamn phone. It was important to him to walk over an unalive body to get that phone and take it out the store. That's tampering with evidence. And that phone was never returned, I'm sure, to the police. That's why he took it out. And that's why she didn't show his face, because she's showing the mission was complete to the overseer of this crime, whoever it may be, that he got that phone out the store. Why would an officer let a real professional officer let a man go walk over a body on a crime? See, they train not to do that. And then watch him grab the phone off the counter. A real officer would have said, "Sir, you can't touch that phone." What kind of officer lets a man take a fucking phone knowing that they could have been somebody involved in that store with this unaliving and let him take the phone? That's stupid. stupid.
And also, it's irrelevant to even do that because they can always subpoena the phone companies for the phone records.
Unless they think they're going to get away. These are people that are involved with law enforcement until this goddammit investigator was hired. Why hire the investigator? I just showed y'all. I gave y'all the keys. Why didn't hire the investigator? Replay gang, go back and look at this. I gave you a lot of gems right here. There's your information. Right there. We just gave to you all the flaws that made Hernandez Govan hire a private investigator. I repeat. He hired the investigator for this phone, the officer that let him in. There were 2 weapons brought inside of the store. Who was given the weapons? Where were the weapons? $550,000 was paid for your lawyer. That investigator is going to track that. And he's going to try to find who was on the scene that he can subpoena and make them look bad. For Hernandez Govan can walk free. But if he don't walk free, that cookie shop going to go down. Because if he got a good lawyer, that lawyer can say, why were you, to that officer, why would you let this man walk inside that store and take that phone? And then the investigation can get a little bit deeper. And then you might get your RICO. And we pray we do get that RICO. But that's all we got to count on. We only pieces that we got left to count on in the Dolph case, if they take the right actions on this phone, and also where's Dolph's phones, what Marcus did with those guns, who did he negotiate with that was in that store and hid the guns for him? Because if he ran in the store and ran out the back door to throw the guns, that means that Marcus didn't have to let nobody out the store because they was already out the motherfucking back door when goddamn Marcus went out there to get rid of the guns. So make it make sense. That's right, greatness. They all are dirty. So with that being said, I hope you took these gems that I just gave you. Dolph Sector, whoever that takes this content and use it, because I want to hear what you got to say. And this is what we in this case for. We in this case to solve it. It's great information with what I just said, because Hernandez goes, we're on a man that's hired an investigator. So what do the sector have to say about this so we can work together and figure out together and put these clues together as a sector called the Dolph sector to get justice for young Dolph. With that being said, shouts out to the young Dolph sector. Talk with Tamra. The Alabama hitters. Stan G. Auntie Fee. True Results. Everybody that's standing 10 toes down on getting justice for Dolph. Salute to you all you Dolph fans. We will get justice, and hopefully not 100 years later like they just did with this Malcolm X case. Hopefully soon that we will hope that the justice system will do their job that we paid them our tax money for. So with that being said, I want to say God bless everybody. God is good, positive vibes only. Thank you guys for helping this channel build. Share this out to your people. We did good on our last video. Our first video hit over 300 views. We only stayed up on for 56 seconds. The Most High has been blessing us. And for 56 minutes, we stayed on and we had 300 views for a new channel open. That's the only video that we got that many views with. I'm just thankful for the Most High. And I'm just hoping this channel gets in the algorithms. So whatever we got to do with cases, we can reach out and give it to you guys a different type of way. And whatever, for all the deep thinkers, salute to you guys because we're deep thinkers. And we say the things that other people aren't saying. So thank you to my mods, MFD, September Virgo. I got to give you a wrench from the last page. Dorian, thank you for coming back to the channel, man. You are very appreciated. Damon Brains, he always come and check in with me. Mike, all of you guys that are finding me again from Content Kings, man, I much respect to you guys. Y'all the ones that keep me talking about this case. Sam Eyes, Greatness, just everybody. Yolanda the Great, help me up. Wallace, man, I just try not to miss anybody. Dr. E, man, Shandeli, everybody that, Miss Liz, everybody that support me and believe in me. Thank you guys very much. Make sure y'all check in with Honeycomb, the Honeycomb Hideout. We got Shacking and Before Marriage coming back, Volume 2. We got a lot of new things that Diamond Productions has sent me. So, you know, we get over there and talk about real life situations and stuff. So I will be back. I will be checking out this page. I will be dropping another short. I'm going to surprise you with the next bit of information that we're going to show you guys, which is a jewel. And we're going to bring it to you raw. We're going to keep pushing this Dolph case until it's solved, and we're going to pray on it. Remember, guys, you guys are watching history. This is the most impact and twisty case that I've ever seen, and you guys are a part of history right now. Years later, this will be watched by children, and we'll be 100 years later, we know that we was a part of this. So thank you very much. Peace and love to you guys. May God bless you on your journey. You are watching Content King / We Beat You. We all the same. Long live Dolph. Thank you, Diamond. Thank you all for tuning in.
Yeah, make sure y'all save the live, share the live. Good night, y'all.
Good night. I just gave y'all some real gems right there. I just gave y'all some real gems. Now you see what that private investigator can do. Now you see why Hernandez Govan hired a private investigator. We beat you.